If you have a Scott's riding lawnmower like this one here, which is a 2554, and the keys inside the rear hubs are all sheared off, I'm going to tell you what you can do to fix that. So Scott's is basically a cheaper version of the John Deere riding mowers, and so what they did here for the hubs is they used a stamped hub for these models, unlike the John Deere's. The John Deere counterparts of these models came with cast iron rear hubs, unlike these stamped ones. So there's a few things you can do to fix that issue of it shearing off. One is you could probably just drill a hole and put a set screw in. That would probably be the cheapest way, but then you also risk weakening your transaxle shaft. You could possibly also attempt to clean up, maybe with a little die grinder or something, clean up the old key and install a 1/4 inch key yourself. But here's what I've done. I've seen it on forums and stuff. You can actually take the John Deere hubs from like the GT 225, 235, and 245, and also used on other models. They have the same ID, the same hub pattern, they're just a little different length. And these are, like I said, cast iron with a slot for a 1/4 inch key. So what you can do is you're going to have to add a spacer to take up some space. I've gotten some washers here, you can see there. And then I'm going to take a 1/4 inch by about 1 3/4 inch key, and that's just going to go right in there and fix our issue once and for all. So if you have a used tractor laying around, maybe you can find one of those, or you can go on eBay and get some rear used hubs. They're quite readily available. Expect to pay maybe around $100 for the pair, and then you'll hopefully have that issue fixed for the rest of the life of the mower. It seems like this is the weak link in the powertrain. That always seems to be the thing that goes on these Scott's cheap stamped hubs on the K66 transaxle. So just thought I'd share that. Like I said, you're going to need some washers, and then the 1/4 inch key, some used hubs from John Deere, and you should be good to go. One quick tip here I should mention: always a good idea to put either anti-seize or some other rust preventative on the axle shafts once you put them back on. You don't want those rusting up. Those can be a real pain to get off, so just keep that in mind before you put it back together.